Okay, now I know I'm always the one talking about Ashi's body, almost to an unhealthy degree, but I promise you I'm straight. But forget that! The sheer amount of nostalgia in this episode alone was insane. I was ah, like I said, you really have to give props to this show for the way they handle their promos, or should I say sneak peeks, because this whole sneak peek for this episode 6 was basically like the first 5 seconds of the whole episode, just with little, yeah, I think it was basically just the first 5 episodes, nothing else. And I love this episode so much. This is hands down my best episode in this entire season. It was season 1, a little bit of season 2, but this just takes the freaking cake. You have no idea what this episode did to me. When it ended, I just turned my head and just pushed my face into my pillow and just kept smiling like a freaking maniac. It's, oh my god. We see the giant hulking figures that were hidden, and maybe they hid them because of the sneak peek, so we wouldn't, I don't know, I don't care. But then they just brought down their hood, and as soon as I saw them, I almost screamed. I was like, I know these guys, I know them. But I couldn't remember their story 100%. But my god, the fight scene that they had Jack do in the memory was a little more brutal than what I remember as a kid. Then Ashi is still looking for Jack, as we know from the previous episode. The conductor came and said, that bearded guy, he got off here. She was like, thank you. And she looked at them, thank you for your story. And she just jumps off the thing and freaks him out. I thought that was funny, the kind of humor I like from Samurai Jack. Ashi, I thought she was dead because she was just free falling, and I was like, I don't think they ever trained you for this kind of scenario. But next we move on to Scaramouche is alive. I know a lot of people liked him, even my boyfriend liked him. I liked him for that episode, but in this whole episode he was a bit overplayed, overused. I don't know, he was actually used for comic relief more than I wanted. I just wanted them to get back to the story, because I saw what they were trying to do behind the episode. They were trying to make it like what do you call it, flashback episodes or something like that happened in Korra, I think also Aang, where the whole episode is dedicated to what the person did in the past. But in this case, it's not what Jack did in the past. Ashi is learning, she's going to these people. It's not Jack remembering or somebody reminding Jack, it's Ashi finding out what he did. And I believe this would have been better 2 episodes ago, when Ashi didn't believe Jack, and as she's going and as she's seeing this thing, it would have been great development for her. But I cannot blame the creators of the show, because they only have 10 episodes. There's just so much you can do with 10 episodes, guys. I really wish Adult Swim even gave them more, maybe 2 seasons or something like that. But maybe the creator just wanted it to be done. But I felt like he could have spaced things out and gotten it a lot better. But who am I to criticize? I don't have a show yet, you guys, but we will. We're working towards that. The Arrow guys, I remember when I was a kid, I think it was like 7 or 8, I remember watching the episode with these guys for the first time, and when I saw them, a little thing in my brain clicked. But I knew them as the dog looking figures that terrified the shit out of me, but I didn't know them as, we don't know their normal forms too much. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, this episode is just gonna be about everybody Jack has helped. And don't forget, the Scotsman wants to amass a bigger army, and these people all basically say if you find him, whatever he needs will help him. So are they gonna have this huge clusterfuck of everybody Jack has ever seen coming together in this final showdown? Like, this would have been so awesome watching it as a kid. Why did Cartoon Network do this to us? I remember, I think, once blindfolding myself and going outside and pretending to be in this episode. I was a weird kid, you guys, but my god. We have more Scaramouche nonsense, which was actually a bit funny. But like I said, I wanted more of what was going on with the main story. I didn't want the subplot or what was happening on the sidelines. But yeah, Scaramouche finds out that he's now the Aku's third best assassin. He tries to get on the ship. He acts. He's just a little funny thing, you guys. He has this guy help him get on the ship, and when the person leaves, he just says,
Aku will give me anything once he hears the news. Whoa, what a freak! Looked like a talking penis.
And I was like, what? Me and my friend looked at each other like, what the hell did we just hear? She was like, no, 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 we didn't hear it correctly. We rewinded it, and it was what we heard. Like, he actually said,
looked like a talking penis.
Nah. This, I had to clarify to her, my friend, that this episode is on Adult Swim, not Cartoon Network, because oh my god, that was eye-opening. They just reminded us like, yeah, this show will go the extra mile, which makes me wonder, will they show sex, or will they show the idea of making love? Let's not throw it out the window, you guys, because after this episode, if you still think or believe that Jack and Ashi won't get together, I pity your brain. Yes, I know a lot of you hate me for wanting to ship them. Hate me all you want. I'm a sucker for romance. I accept who I am. You should accept me too. Don't you love me? Okay, I just went on a tangent. Ooh, look at that purple booty. And now I'm back to admiring butts. A lot of people are still alive, surprisingly. Those alien dudes, the ones that shot, I didn't know they should be alive. They should really be old, or they should look old, but they still look the same as how Jack left them. So maybe they're aliens who don't age. But in the episode, they made them seem human. But here, this little girl that Jack saves, she's old, she's DJing, and I think once you hit 70, you should let go of the beats. But she was more of a teenager, so she should be 64 or something. I'm assuming she was 14. The whole music got to me on a spiritual level. The way they made S with their hands, you could see how Jack really did touch so many lives. And as he's moving forward and leaving these people behind, it's hard to imagine that he's never come across them at all, and he holds so much guilt that if these people knew, they would the show is good, you guys. Like, despite the fact that it may do one or two things that you don't like or rush a couple of things, it's still amazing. The whole scene with Ashi having memories of her past, oh my god. They also showed a naked child. I hope they don't go and say pornography or something. Nobody should wank to this thing. Yeah, you boys, you don't do it. Don't. I personally had no idea Ashi was gonna jump in and actually do it. I just said actually twice really close together. But before I mentioned that, are they wearing bodysuits or is this their skin? Because it's really, you could see that this thing moved when they moved, so it looked like it was a part of the skin. So that could make you think, okay, thought of our cool, half of our body is black, is whatever. But it turns out that they literally burnt charcoal into these children's skins. Like, I'm just looking at all her other sisters and I'm feeling immense pity and regret. And I also think that it won't be easy to scrub this thing off, because I come from a culture that they also kind of burn things in you and draw, well, I won't say scars, but tribal marks on you. So I don't think getting a rock and scrubbing will get it off. But then she's strong, she can endure whatever. So she scrubs and just swims naked, and I see the booty. I see her right there. She looks down at herself and she was like, uh-oh. And I'm like, what did you think, idiot? You should have gotten the clothes before you got it off trying to blah. She gets out of the watering hole and she looks like a character straight out of a comic book, like Marvel preferably, not DC. But she looks so whimsical and different. And I remember seeing a picture of her hair. Thank God they didn't show her body, they just showed her hair. So I thought maybe she had a scuffle and her hair came out that way. But this goes to show you that a girl can look amazing with a makeover. I'm just saying, with all her hair, like her hair is like on her nose most of the time. But more Scaramouche nonsense. With Aku, I think next time Scaramouche calls Aku, he won't answer. We see the dog from the Jetsons. There's a lot of throwback here, like they really pulled nostalgia. If there's anything I missed, please let me know. I'll try and maybe show up pictures if I find any. My friend even pointed out Popeye for me. I completely missed him. And then we gotta talk about the samurai. He is old. I almost used the N-word there, but I caught myself. Everyone's calling her leave girl. I can see why people, I don't know, everyone just assumes Ashi doesn't like Jack, but with Jack's reputation, I assume anybody that comes looking for Jack wants to kill him. Everybody, the robots are saying their sad story, what Jack did to them, and the samurai was like, all y'all are nothing compared to me. He basically taught me what being a samurai is, and I gave up my sword. And so of course the robots were like, that's not so bad. He was like, that's because you have no soul. The samurai is awesome. Like if you search Samurai Jack on YouTube, the first thing that always showed up before season 5 came was actually the scene with the samurai. I hope that's his name, I can't remember. So it must have been the most popular scenes, and I actually told my friend that it seemed like the most popular episodes with Jack in it is what they brought out, because all these characters, I remember loving the episodes to death. The dance one, the samurai one, the elephant ones, the archer ones, they were all really good episodes. We see this little childlike entity. My friend asked me who is this. I told her I have no idea, let me see the face, but I didn't see the face. So yeah, story, I get plot, I guess. Ashi comes to a cemetery, and I'm like, oh my god, is this a cemetery where Jack's sword got possessed and Aku got a hold of it and he tried to kill him? I have a lot of space for cartoon in my brains, you guys. I haven't watched these episodes in years, literally, but I can remember them as if I've watched them yesterday. But the entity turns out to be actually on a real thing. My friend thought he was in Jack's imagination, me too. So when I saw him walking, I was like, okay, did he manifest from Jack's fears? What's happening here? We see the ghosts of ancient samurai. I don't know if they're the ones that gave Jack's dad his sword, or if they're just ghosts coming to witness. Like I said, I predicted that Jack will go for a trial, but they're basically just witnessing him commit suicide, and I feel like that is less honorable. And we know the Chinese people with honor, we know. Ashi is just fighting to convince Jack, no, they're alive, don't do this, don't do this. But she gets her ass basically kicked. She actually tried against the guy, not gonna lie, and Jack is just fighting like, no. But you have to think of how Jack hadn't killed himself till Ashi got here. But it's the story, I can't be wanting 100% realism. Ashi is down and out. Jack comes and saves her. The fight scene was cool, but how it transpired didn't really make me believe it, because at this point when Ashi held the slab and the guy just slices it in half, you'd think Jack would jump in. But maybe it's because she told him the children were alive, so he already said, let Ashi die, let me die. Who knows? And look at that titty shot, you guys. Boobs are on full display. And you see Jack saying, I like your hair and your clothes. Then he looks up, because I'm sure he looked at her clothes, saw her boobs, then looked up. Sex scene confirmed. Oh god, I'm so inappropriate. But that's why you guys love me. She says, what do we do now? Jack's like, time to get my sword. And I'm like, no fucking kidding. You're a samurai, you need your sword. Finally he gets his sword. Well, more than halfway there, you guys. We're almost to the end, and I love it so much. This episode hit me with the nostalgia. It's just that I want to keep this thing, I don't want it to get to 20 minutes, because it's insane for my reviews to be longer than the damn episode. So I'll try and cut it off here. So aha, short video. Oh god, I'm calling a 30-minute video short. But my predictions: sex scene, Aku will find out about the sword right as Jack and Ashi are about to get it, or something along those lines. I pray Scaramouche dies. All these other people will band together in the end, and we'll have an epic battle with Aku. And I feel like the fate time continuum will be on the line, and all these people will die. So when Jack goes to the past and ruins these timelines, they're already dead. So I just know I'm gonna cry. This episode I didn't cry because it was nostalgia, but I know I'm gonna cry towards the end, and I really wish I was at 100k so you guys could see my face and see the tears. But those are my predictions. Tell me your own predictions for what will happen. Even you guys that say, okay, it's gonna be a father-daughter type of mentoring thing, just let me know. Come on, bring the hate. I'm used to it. We're 6 seasons in now. Let's go. Also, tweet me your favorite scenes from this episode. I'd love to know. I'm gonna post a tweet about what my favorite scene in this episode. Anyway, thanks y'all so much for clicking to watch. Please do not forget to read my books on Wattpad, support me on Patreon, and follow me on Twitter. And as always, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay awesome. This is TBC signing out.